Hi guys, thank you so much. Good evening. My name is Nichole, and I'm a believer in Christ who's in recovery from alcoholism, abandonment issues, manipulating behavior, anxiety, and living in fear. Hi guys. Love you too. I was born in 1993 at Palms West Hospital in Wellington, Florida. I've lived in West Palm Beach almost my whole life, and I was born into a family of alcoholics and addicts from both sides of the family. The addictions run deep, but I am happy to say that now the recovery runs deeper. I remember being very little and feeling like I never really knew what each day would hold. Some days were good, and others were full of chaos and addiction-type behavior. I was around the age of 5 that I think my parents had found recovery and things began to change. They went to treatment, and I went to live with my grandmother for a while. When my parents finished treatment, I moved back home and things began to settle down, but not without some more bumps in the road. High school was a very challenging time for me, and I had severe ADHD. After high school, I can remember feeling a little lost, like I didn't exactly know what to do next. I didn't try college, nor was I interested in it. I felt anxious and excited, but I wanted to fit in and feel accepted. So I tried drinking. At first it wasn't so bad, but it quickly became out of control. I used the drinking to escape my reality. I was having blackouts, getting violent and lost. Yes, I used to wander off. What started off as monthly entourages soon became bi-weekly benders, which led to the weekly whiskeys and finally the daily drinker, which I swore I never would become. I began feeling hopeless, unappreciated, unwanted, angry, and defeated. I thought the alcohol had won. It had me by the throat, and it was destroying everything I worked so hard for. I got into my first major car accident in 2016, and God still gave me another chance. I should have gotten a DUI that day, but I didn't. I walked out of that with just a fractured wrist and a few screws and bars in my hand. I stopped drinking for about 10 days after that wreck, and I continued on my bender. It didn't scare me enough, clearly. After drinking for 10 years and destroying my life and everyone's life around me, I had finally hit my rock bottom. The last drink I had consumed was 70% isopropyl rubbing alcohol, which made me violently ill on May 21st of 2020. My parents invited some recovery friends over to the house to come speak some truth into me and support me. I was giving an ultimatum to go to treatment or pack my bags and leave the house. This helped me to choose rehab. I had gotten sober at a 90-day program called CARP, Comprehensive Alcohol Rehabilitation Program. After going to CARP, each day was made new, and my vision of who I wanted to become became more clear to me. I knew it was going to be one of the hardest things I'd ever done, but I was willing to do anything to stop destroying my relationships and myself. Over time, my self-sabotaging changed, and it became self-care. Selfishness became altruism. I started working the steps with an amazing sponsor of Alcoholics Anonymous for the first time ever in 10 years. She had helped me see that I needed to take step 1, which was, we admitted we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives had become unmanageable. I thought I had some control over my drinking and the circumstances that came with it, and I was able to see that I had no control over it at all. My life had become so unmanageable that everything that I thought I had going for me was in fact a mess. I decided to work the steps hard and thoroughly. In the past, I have tried to hold on to my own ideas, and the result was nil, until I let go absolutely. In my addiction, I was very confrontational, and I always wanted to have the last word. Now, when I'm triggered, I tend to pause, try to collect my thoughts, and try to walk away rather than engaging. I have found myself making a phone call recently to someone in my support group to help me in the process. I'm not perfect at it, but I feel like I'm making progress in this area. Without God, I would not have been able to do this. And without the fellowship and the people to lead by example, I would have no hope. But because there is a God, and He is always in my heart, I know absolutely anything is possible through His holy name. He is with me every step of the way, even when I do not feel it. As the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom, so the denial of God is the height of foolishness. The wisdom God has shown me in my recovery is to come to meetings even when I don't want to come, get a group of women who are healthy to help me lead by example in my journey. I cannot do it alone. If you are new here tonight, I want you to know that the work is hard, but it's the most rewarding thing I've ever done. God has walked me through the steps, and all I had to do was ask him to. My name is Nichole, and I will have 5 years sober in May.